Before we go any further, we need to talk about something, and that is the key components of your serve being balance, rhythm, and relaxation. You have to be balanced, feet spaced, whether you're using a platform stance or a pinpoint stance. You have to be relaxed in your legs, your entire body, and your arm. And you need rhythm. Rhythm meaning all of the parts have to be moving in sequence so that they can work together. So even if you have the correct grip, if you're holding on too tight, or if your leg use isn't good, or if your toss arm makes the ball go all over the place, you're still not going to be able to produce the serve that you want. So in order to get to being able to drop the racket down your back or drop the total serve down your back and then go to upward hit to the ball, to pronation, to contact point, you need to be relaxed, okay? So here we go. I'm going to use sort of an abbreviated downswing, and I'm going to show you an easy way to make your drop down your back. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to let this weighted end do the work for me. I'm going to get it started, and you notice how relaxed my arm is? I'm not doing anything. I'm not forcing anything or using my muscles. I'm just getting it moving, and I'm letting it drop down my back. In the meantime, you notice that my legs are activating and doing certain things. I'm dropping my weight back as my racket is going down my back and my tossing hand is going up. So then I can blend that in by driving my right hip forward before the throw, to go to upward hit and pronation. I'm staying on the ground for a reason. I'm going through this very slowly so that everyone can see what to do. So again, we've got this action. Neha has been a student of mine for a little over a year, and her serve was really lacking when we started. She had a pancake grip, she had no sense of timing, and basically was just kind of hitting the ball so it would go into the box. Sort of hard flat first serve, no second serve, right? Can you kind of verify that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
It was interesting. I've heard that before. So she has really come a long way into getting a better serve. So I think the important thing to understand is that we all need advanced foundation techniques for all of our strokes. And we tend to focus on the outcome. So the outcomes being we want power, we want spin, we want accuracy, we want consistency, we want variety. Okay, so we jump from here to here without doing anything to secure a sound foundation for achieving those outcomes. Okay, so with your serve, we're going to start with the serve, and we'll get to the other strokes later. There are some common factors to every serve, no matter what your style is, no matter how you're choosing to do it. There's some things that are similar in all serves. Okay? I'm not here to teach you a particular style of serving or hitting a forehand or a backhand. That's up to your coach, that's up to you, right? There's so many different ways to do things. There's not really a right or wrong, there are just different opinions. But there are some things that have to be done on every serve and on every overhead and every ground stroke. So with the serve, we have to have a correct grip, we have to have an upward swing to the ball, we have to have a drop in the back, we have to pronate, we have to rotate, we have to use good use of our legs for power because that's where all of our power comes from, and we have to have a precise toss. So we're basically putting the ball in the way of this whirling motion of your serve. So Neha and I, in a minute here, are going to go through some of the things that are common failures. Neha's going to show you her old serve. So she used to hold the flat pancake grip, and it was a sort of a broken up issue. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, good. So I don't know, that serve would go over the right fence right now because she doesn't know where her racket face is. I call this the point of no return, which is fantastic when you can get somebody here as a pro. And as a player, this is where fear happens because you can't go back to your old thing, right? It allows you to move on, and so you can't continually go back to your old habits just to get the ball to go in the box. Remember, that's an outcome. It's not a building block for giving you the serve that you want. Okay, now she's going to do a serve with the correct grip, and you're going to see the edge coming forward. Excellent. I'm going to demonstrate what usually happens when somebody has the pancake grip. All right? Typically what happens is this. It stops and it hits you on sort of on your left side here. So we're going to move the grip over into the correct position, and that's going to allow a more fluid motion. Our next trouble spot is the drop. So that means getting your racket down your back in the back. And a lot of people are really hesitant to do that. They're too tight with their arm, and they get to about here. So with the total serve, what'll happen is this, right? And then it's going to kind of bunk you in the shoulder. So what we're looking for, no matter what kind of downswing you have, whether it's classic or abbreviated, we're looking for the total serve to just go nicely down your back here, okay? And when I do this, I'm letting the weighted end do the work for me. I'm not forcing it from my hand. So I'm just going to I'm going to get it started. Now see how relaxed I am? I'm going to get it started, and I'm just going to let it go down my back. Because this then leads to your upward hit to the ball and your pronation. So I want to put all of those things together. To do that, we've got to incorporate rotation as well. And rotation comes from the lower body. It comes from your feet, and it goes up your body, up towards the tip of the racket. So I'm going to go through the drop to upward hit with rotation, and then watch for pronation. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I think you can see pronation is this when my hand turns. The butt of the racket goes out to the outside. So from the back side, it will look something like this, so that you know if you're pronating, the butt of the racket will come out the right-hand side.